So if you're looking for a good hardy goat, then Kikos might be the answer for you. Kikos are great goats to raise. Welcome back to Bonham Tx. This is Josh, and I'm here today with another video. I want to talk about the Kikos. I get lots of questions about what are Kikos, what's your purpose. Explain to me about Kikos and why Kikos. So I'm going to talk to you about kind of how the Kikos got brought into the United States, why I have them. I'm going to talk to you about their characteristics that they have, and just kind of explain and show you our Kikos and why we have them. So do me a favor, guys, if you're new to this channel, you're watching a video for the first time about goats, go subscribe to the channel, like the video, stay up with what we got going on. I really appreciate it. We're raising Kikos here in Northeast Texas, and we do a lot of videos about our goats, about things that's going on daily. In this video, I just wanted to kind of talk to you about the Kikos and how they got here, what they are, and what they're doing for us. So Kikos, they were developed in New Zealand in the 80s by the Bonham Tx group. They were from a feral group. They crossed Nubian, Saanen, and Toggenburg. The goal was to produce a goat that had fast growth, parasite resistant, and hardiness. So the Kikos were imported into the United States in the early 90s, and that's where you get the New Zealand. When you have a goat that's a New Zealand, it has the original genetics from the imports that come into the United States. Let's talk about characteristics. So characteristics of the Kikos are hardiness and ability to achieve good weight gains. So they're fast growers. Their kids are growing fast, and the moms are raising good kids. They're parasite resistant. They're going to be easy to maintain. They're not going to have a lot of worms. They're resistant to the worms. All goats have worms, so just Kikos seem to carry them better and not be bothered by them as much. Kikos come in a variety of colors. White was the dominant color, but you've got tan, brown and white, black, white, all kinds of different variations of colors. So there is no breed standard. Kiko nannies, they will perform in conditions that's not ideal. You can put them out cold, hot, and they're going to perform for you. Well, Kikos are great mothers. They raise kids with no help. Those kids hit the ground, they're up in minutes, sucking and getting that milk, and they're bouncing around the place within hours, really. Kiko mothers are great. They take really good care of their kids, and Kikos are just a great meat goat. So Kikos are a great forager. So they're gonna go out and take care of your grasses. They're gonna eat the weeds that nothing else wants to eat. And I'm gonna show you just here in a second. They're gonna go out and be able to reach up as high as they can reach and clear off that unwanted vegetation. Right here, I'm gonna show you, they have cleaned this up out here. They went down in this little gully, got it cleaned out, and you can see in there, they've cleaned up as high as they can reach. So from the ground up to right in there, they've got it cleaned up. So these goats are going to go out and work for you. They're going to go out and clean up, take care of the property, and just a few things that you can do to help them out is rotate pastures. Rotational grazing is good for goats. It helps out with parasites, helps out with your grass, it helps it come back. So we'll got them in this pasture right here, and then they'll get moved over to another pasture. So like I said earlier, Kiko goats, they're meat goats. They're raised for consumption. Goat meat is the #1 meat in the world. It's a clean, lean, healthy meat. We have raised some up here and ate them ourselves, and the meat is good. Like I said earlier about Kikos, they are very hardy goat. They're parasite resistant, minimal worms. Yes, they're going to have worms. You can't stop that, but they seem to deal with it better than other goats. And you know, there's things that you can do in your own herd. If one continues to be a problem, a nuisance with worms, get rid of her, cull her, take her to the auction, to a sale barn, and let her go on. You don't want that in your herd. You don't want that reproducing in your herd. So that's what we do. We cull for 3 things mainly: worms, bad udders, and bad mothering ability. So if them 3 things that they show signs of, we move them out of the herd. So as I'm out here walking through some of these pastures, showing you guys the goats, kind of our Kikos, you know, we got them to start off with brush control. The place was overgrown, it needed some help, and goats were the answer. And the goats that I had just weren't cutting it. They were parasite prone, so they were getting sick all the time. And I really didn't buy from a reputable buyer, and I just wasn't having no luck with them. So I got me a Kiko buck, started crossing it on some Spanish cross nannies that I had, and that's kind of how I got into Kikos. Started seeing the hardiness, how easy they were to raise. Kikos was the option for me. I'm a busy guy. I have a family, and my uncle, he stays busy. He works a full-time job. I got a full-time job, so we wanted something that was pretty low maintenance, and Kikos were the answer for us. So whether you have 1 acre or 1,000 acres, you can have goats. Goats will fit in with other animals. I know people that's grazing them with cattle. They're running behind their cows, and goats are cleaning up the weeds that the cows won't eat. But you can be a small-time farm, or you can be a big farm, and you can have goats. Goats are an enjoyable animal to raise. So these Kiko bucks, you're going to notice that they've got these big, long, wide horns that kind of curl, and that's what Megawatt has. So that's Megawatt, and that's another young buck that we're growing out. So I'm gonna close this video out, and I hope you guys got some good information on this. If you're looking to get into goats, Kikos is a good way to go. They range from New Zealand, purebred, both are registered, and you can get into them with commercial, just non-papered goats. So if you're interested in Kikos, or interested in getting goats, consider Kikos. Kikos are a good way to get into goats and raising goats. They're a very hardy goat, and we enjoy raising them here, and I enjoy making these videos for you guys. I hope you like it, and if there's anything, any questions you got, just ask. I'll do my best to answer them. But I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.